Mr. Speaker, since my last update on the Royal Bermuda Regiment 4 months ago, the Royal Bermuda Regiment has been hard at work, focused on transforming into a modern-day organization that is fit for purpose in Bermuda. I would like to provide this Honorable House with an update. Mr. Speaker, after consultation with the Ministry of National Security and Government House, the Bermuda Regiment Strategic Review Working Group concluded its work and made several key recommendations. The first of these recommendations is that the Bermuda Regiment must redouble its efforts and invest in its people. To this end, the regiment is reinforcing its training wing so that its training is delivered to a higher standard and externally validated where possible. Soldiers will pick up more qualifications and have greater opportunities to attend courses both locally and overseas. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, the Bermuda Regiment aspires to offer learning credits to soldiers who are in good standing and in order to further their education and development. Growing the capability of men and women who make up the regiment can only result in growth and the capability of the regiment as a whole. Mr. Speaker, the third recommendation is that the structure of the regiment will change for the better to reflect its operational output and its volunteer status. In November, the regiment reduced from 5 to 3 companies to form 2 operational companies of about 100 soldiers each, supported by a logistics company and a training wing. Internal security in support of Bermuda's police service is the focus of A Company, while B Company has a dual focus of humanitarian aid and disaster relief, both locally and overseas, and ceremonial duties, including band displays. Mr. Speaker, in the absence of any direct hits by major storms during the just concluded hurricane season, the regiment has been able to direct its forces on enhanced training. There will be 2 camps held in the fall. A Company, the band, the signalers completed the second half of their local camp in October. Over the course of the camp, A Company honed internal security drills, the band participated in school engagements, and the signalers received an on-island training from the British Army signalers. The boat troop also held their 2-week camp. Features of this year's camp included oil booming with Rubis, navigation training, boarding drills, and port security training. Mr. Speaker, the Royal Bermuda Regiment continues to offer soldiers opportunities for military, professional, and personal development. During this period, soldiers and officers attended a variety of courses overseas. 3 officers attended the Defense Academy in the United Kingdom at Shrivingham, with 2 completing the Advanced Command and Staff course, and 1 completed the Intermediate Command Staff course. 4 soldiers successfully completed the All-Arms Basic Drill course at Catterick in the UK. 1 soldier will attend the Warrant Officers course at the Caribbean Institute of Professional Military Education at Montague Training Camp in Jamaica. Mr. Speaker, this fall also saw the conclusion of the Junior Non-Commissioned Officers Cadre and the promotion of several soldiers. The cadre comprised of 2 phases, the tactics phase, which concluded with a test exercise at Camp Lejeune in North Carolina in May, and the defense instructional techniques phase, which concluded this fall. The cadre is the first rank that a soldier can obtain. It teaches soldiers how to command, administer, and teach a section of up to 12 soldiers. In November, 14 soldiers completed the course and were promoted to Lance Corporal. Mr. Speaker, additional promotions within the Royal Bermuda Regiment included 6 soldiers promoted to corporal, 5 soldiers were promoted to sergeant, and 3 soldiers were promoted to collar sergeant. All promotions were recognized and celebrated at the Commanding Officers Parade. These promotions are an excellent indicator of the dedication of the Royal Bermuda Regiment soldiers to service to their country and their own professional development. Mr. Speaker, in addition to the military command courses offered to soldiers, the Bermuda Regiment will be delivering a GED diploma course, a general education diploma course. There are currently 11 soldiers participating. 4 soldiers have already obtained their GED certificate through the program. The courses were taught at war camp by experienced instructors. In 2019, the regiment intends to expand education and development opportunities that is available to all of its soldiers. These subsidized further education opportunities make the regiment more attractive to potential recruits and in turn produce a higher quality of soldier with demonstrated investment in their own advancement. Mr. Speaker, one of the benefits of joining the Bermuda Regiment is gaining skills that can be transferred to civilian life. Earlier this year, 4 regiment medics completed the St. John's Ambulance Emergency Medical Responder course. These new medics will complement the handful of doctors and nurses and emergency medical technicians already serving within the Royal Bermuda Regiment. This fall, the medics attended the St. John's Ambulance First Aid Instructors course. Having completed the instructors course, the medics will be able to deliver the 8-hour St. John's Ambulance First Aid course to the entire regiment in 2019. Mr. Speaker, if you've been to any major event in the lead up to the holiday season, it would have been impossible for you to miss the Royal Bermuda Regiment Band and Corps of Drums, starting with the Remembrance Day observances in November, to the annual Santa Claus Parade, various tree lightings or walkabouts. The band has been ever present and in fine form. Furthermore, the Royal Bermuda Regiment has been lending support to various school music programs and in turn has benefited from 10 student bandsmen bolstering its ranks. Mr. Speaker, in 2018, it has been the turning point for the regiment with respect to the formal end of conscription. Looking forward to 2019 will be the year when the seeds of change will bear fruit. The renewed offer to our soldiers of enhanced training, increased education and development will be a key feature. The regiment will continue to market itself for a feasible long-term career, which will provide leadership and management and training for enlisted ranks and enlisted soldiers. Mr. Speaker, in July 2018, the regiment held its first summer recruit camp. The recruit camp was the first camp run specifically for platoon-size intake and aimed to cover less material but to a higher standard. This model proved to be one of the most successful recruit camps in recent memory. In 2019, the regiment will follow up the 2-intake model with the first intake starting in February 17th, 2019, and the second will be on June 30th, 2019. Any person interested in joining can call the Bermuda Regiment number on 238-1045, 238-1045, or they can visit the Royal Bermudians website at rbr.bm, rbr.bm. In 2019, the regiment will have in place a framework to recruit all year around, which will allow soldiers to start training immediately. Mr. Speaker, work continues to stand up to the much-anticipated Coast Guard unit. The regiment has taken a position at Watford House on Watford Island, and pending final approvals, a floating dock and fencing will be installed. Early in the new year, the Royal Navy training team will be on island to review the work done to ensure that the proposed training in the pipeline is the UK Marine and Coast Guard Agency compliant. The training team will also review the implementation timelines for feasibility. It is the regiment's intent that the new Coast Guard will work jointly with the Bermuda Street Police Service during the first year to enable training to be completed and for the Coast Guard personnel to gain experience. Mr. Speaker, early in the new year, the Bermuda Regiment will roll out its 5-year plan. The plan provides for a medium and long-term roadmap for realizing the changes the Bermuda Regiment intends to make towards modernization. Changes will not happen overnight, but the Royal Bermuda Regiment is up to the challenge. The commanding officer and his staff are motivated and committed to delivering a first-class regiment that are able and quickly to adapt and respond to the island's security and protection needs. As a small and isolated island, the regiment plays a central role in maintaining our autonomy and independence in the face of disaster and the unknown. It is hoped that in 2019, with the evolution of the Royal Bermuda Regiment Coast Guard, the regiment will provide an even greater benefit and service to the people of Bermuda. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.